Hello gamers, how's it going? So, we're going to try and one take this video. I've done this video about 50 times over several weeks and months. This video specifically made me quit YouTube for like 2 months. So I'm just going to say this now. We're going to give this a try. I'm just going to roll with it, alright? There's no editing for this video. So, we're going to go over if this game's actually worth playing in 2023. I was going to say 2022. I'm a little bit late. But is this game worth playing? First of all, I'm going to say this. Yes, it's worth playing. If you haven't played this game, it is a single player gacha game. So no PvP. Straight away, for me, that's very good. I prefer that. I don't like PvP in games. Fight me for it. And this is a tower defense game. So not for everyone, but we're going to go over a couple things in this game. Going to kind of give you your own conclusion, hopefully, by the end of this, if it's worth playing. So, first of all, let's talk about the characters. The most important thing in any game. There is a lot of characters. Just straight away. There we go. There's a lot of characters. And a lot of the designs are really, really good. Just straight up, like, just look at some of these characters. There are especially, like, ones, where they're just so pretty. Like, I love the characters. Maybe you like more bulky, crazy-looking characters. This game's got the design. The design aspect is there. You have skins as well, which some of them are live 2D. So for example, like this, you get live 2D skins. These are being released more and more. That's kind of something I want to go over, but talk about the actual, like, character upgrading system. Basically, it's kind of like other games. You have your level, you have promotion. Promotion basically means you can get to a higher level each time you promote. It will reset you every time you promote, but each time you promote, you can get to a higher level. Only 6 stars, 5 stars, and 4 stars can actually go to this promotion 2 or elite 2 as they actually call it. So take that into account. But this game is very free to play friendly. You can do a lot of the content with free to play characters. There's a lot of videos about stuff like that. Honestly, worth checking out. Now, there is potential. This is like your, I guess, constellation system if you play Genshin. It's the pay to win thing, but you don't really need to do this. You don't need dupes to feed into characters because this stuff is nice to have, but it's not 100% necessary. That is my opinion. Now, we also have skills. You have 3 skills. You can level them up. You can only use 1 skill. If you're a different rarity, sometimes you actually have less skills, but 6 stars have 3 skills, which, means you can kind of change up the way they work, which is pretty cool in general. Now, going over the actual squad system, you can make a basic squad of 12 characters, and you can also bring a support, which is pretty nice. If you have a friend, you can use their unit. That's pretty much as multiplayer as it gets. So, very, very single player. I have heard the story for this game is very good. So, moving on to the content. There is a lot of story stages. This game actually has a very unique where you can play just through the story. So, you can literally just play through the story if you can't complete stages. So, if you like yourself a good story, I've heard it can be kind of dark, but they have an anime for the game now, so you might actually be really into that. I've heard the story's good. I've not played it because I'm a gamer. Just straight up. I play this game. I skip every single story ever apart from Honkai Star Rail. Honkai Star Rail. What a beautiful game. By the way, before I get distracted, if we actually go into, for example, a couple of these stages. Now, there's quite a few chapters. Each is basically just a chapter, and you have like several stages in these. There's actually quite a few ways you can spice up your experience with the story. You can go into challenge mode, which basically kind of gives you a condition, and if you beat that condition, you can, for example, get yourself more premium currency to spend, for example, for summons and skins, which is pretty nice. But if we actually go into the actual gameplay of this, you can auto-deploy. So if you want to farm for something, you just hit auto-deploy. Pretty simple. You can practice a stage. You can click view of the map. So before you go into the stage, you can view it. We will actually do this one. Hopefully, we should be able to do this just fine. I am very, very over-leveled for this. But as you can see, we had our 12-man squad. I could have picked a support, but I did forget to do that. But you don't need a support sometimes. Sometimes you can just do it without it, like me. But as you can see, we have the field here. We have basically the blue boxes being, wherever the enemy has to go to, they come out the red boxes. It's just as simple as that. There's nothing more complicated. We also have how many enemies there will be and how many lives you have left. So that's basically the gameplay, and you can do whatever you want. Don't even have to say anything else. That is the gameplay. If you want to see more of this type of gameplay, then play for yourself. Just straight up. That's my recommendation. Now, if you find some stages difficult, you can click practice. And if you click practice for stages, you can actually just do them and you won't get any rewards for it and you can't progress. Or you know what to do next time, kind of thing, which is pretty nice. But let's talk about the proper content in this game now. So, what we have is, I guess, past events / side story kind of missions in these two. These two basically work the same as story, but you can get some rewards from doing them. For example, if you do a stage and you 3-star it, which is the maximum you can do per stage, if you don't lose a life, for example, you can get a character, you can get some like potential for the character, so you can upgrade them, etc. It's a really nice system. A lot of these, most time you just do for the premium currency, because if you complete a stage, you get this Arknight, which is used for pulling, etc. Pretty simple. A lot of content in the game. Now, moving on to the supply section. Now, the supply section is actually pretty simple. Basically, it's your farming. This is where you will pretty much just sit 24/7 and just farm. So you have like LMD, which is like your cash, your currency, what you're going to be using every day. Pretty much, you're always going to need this. You have like XP. You have these chips, which basically are used for like specific classes of units. So if you have like, I guess, a range unit and a mage? No, I forget the word for it because I've not played this game in a while. I'm not gonna lie to you. If you have like Vanguard and support in the middle one, I'll use this one. These are specific classes that you can actually use for characters, and you can use these chips to upgrade those classes of units. So that's how that works. You have resource search, which is for base building. Not really too important for me. I wouldn't really farm this. Tough Siege gives you currency you can use for a certain shop. And we have Aerial Threat, which is used for upgrading skills. Let's leave it there. Supplies is not really exhilarating gameplay, but you can auto-deploy once you complete a stage. So if you 3-star a stage, so you don't lose any lives, you can auto-deploy and it will just automatically do the stage for you. It will take a little bit of time because it will pretty much do it the same amount of time that you did it for. So that's how that works. Then we have regular tasks. We have like Annihilation. This is actually a pretty decent way of getting this red stuff, which is at the bottom left that I am covering. Basically, it's also used for pulling. That's what it's for. So this is a pretty good way of doing that. What you basically have to do is, the more kills you get, or the more, I guess, enemies you eliminate, you can get these rewards. And every week, you can just auto-deploy it and get these rewards, basically. I'm not going to go too deep into that. It's kind of hard to explain, but it's a pretty good way of getting currency. This thing on the right is used for other things for the characters, which I actually haven't went through. So this is actually a pretty cool mode, because basically what you can do is you can put characters on top of others and give benefits per class. Might not make much sense. This is kind of end game content, so to speak. I actually struggle doing this content, so I'm not going to go over it too much, but there's something in this game called modules. Now, every character has a module. Well, a lot of characters have modules. They've started simpler and more. Basically, these allow you to improve a character. For example, the skill will become better. Like, if I just show you Passenger here, this is him without a module. We've got stats here, we've got what his trait does. If I actually give him this module, he will actually have better stats, and this will be improved. So, in general, it's just a way of making all the characters better. That's my way of thinking about it, because they don't really buff and nerf units. They only give them modules, so take that into account. Now, I'm pretty sure they're called modules. I might be wrong, but I'm 99% sure I'm correct. So let's leave it there. Now, the most interesting thing, if you're a person who's not played Arknights for a while, there is something called Phantom and Crimson, can't say it, Solitaire. We'll call it Solitaire. Basically, this is actually a thing in this game where you can play forever. You can play for as much as you want, all day, every day if you want. This is probably one of my favorite modes in this game because you can get a lot of rewards for doing this. This looks kind of like a battle pass, but it's actually not a battle pass. What this basically is, it's like once you complete stage, you get these candles at the top, and every time you level up with these candles, you can unlock something. So I'm currently level 47. If I win a couple times, or at least just battle, and maybe I lose, it doesn't matter if I lose, you will go through several stages, get some candles. If I level up to level 48, I will get this XP. Very, very cool. There's also, if we just scroll around here, you can get a skin, I believe at 100 or 95. Yeah, you can get this cool phantom skin, which I showed before. So it's a pretty nice way of playing. If you actually just want to play the game just constantly, just maybe fairy craft, or just want to have a bit of fun, this is pretty much the perfect mode. There is updates to it quite regularly. There's like monthly squad, and there's also these more complicated ones where you kind of get more conditions, which in general is quite fun. That's kind of a relatively new feature as well. So if you are kind of a person who played the game in the past, this might be for you. Might be worth coming back for this. And then we have this, which I'm not going to go over too much. Basically, you give yourself difficulty. Like, as you can see here, these are actually covered up because I've not done them at all. But behind this, there's like little buttons, I guess. And when you click them, you can actually make it more difficult, the stage. But you can get yourself more points for doing the higher difficulty. That is how that works. And you can go into the shop. You can get some skins. Pretty cool skins. Some of them are a bit, you know. If you know, you know. You can also get characters, and you can also get potential. So this is actually a pretty good way of making your characters better, but you don't get that many, so take that into account. Now, I think that pretty much covers everything for the game. Now, I'll talk about the actual gacha. I'm not going to go over like how good the gacha is. In my personal experience, I think the gacha is a lot better. I feel like if you don't play a game for a while and you come back, it feels a little bit better than some games where you just feel hopeless and you're like, well, I'm not going to get a character when I've just came back. But the game gives you quite a bit of currency. There's quite a lot of events on. There's currently no events, so when you actually do events, you can get like some permits to summon, which is basically like your tickets summoning, and you can also get Arknights, which you can use for pulling, but a lot of the time you actually don't want to do that. I actually got this guy yesterday. We won't talk about the price I had to pay, but we'll move on from that. Quite a lot of banners. There's like a standard banner a lot of the time, and then you have your limited banner, which is this one. Honestly, pretty solid. I like the rates. It kind of works like other games where you have the 5-star and then you have like the 4 stars that you can get. Now, we actually have 6 stars, 5 stars, and 4 stars, so it works a little bit differently, but that's the basics around that. Now, what about the less important stuff? I don't really want to go over this too much, but we have the base. No, just no. I hate this. I think it's boring. I'm not even going to go over it. You can get rewards. You can't get rewards really. You can get materials that you can get in supplies. In the end, this is beneficial because it makes making characters, building them a lot quicker. But you have to replace the characters because they run out of energy. Like you see, they're fatigued right now because they've been in here for too long. We're moving on from that. Not really for me. Now, we'll talk about the one last thing in this game, which is the store. Now, the store is... We're not going to talk about the actual packs themselves, even though there are some pretty decent ones. There are, like, from time to time, 6-star selectors. But the thing I want to talk about is the outfit store. Now, you can literally get these outfits for free to play. You can. If you save up your Arknights, you can literally get these free to play. There is a lot of the time, quite a lot of them release them. There are times where there's especially a lot of them, but as you can see, there's a lot. I've actually missed some out, which I am actually kind of upset about. There is also some that you have to pay for. This one was a paid one, I believe. I don't know if they ever released it just normally, but I'm pretty sure it was like £27, so, you know. This isn't really the case for every single one. There's also free-to-play ones, like an event reward here. I do actually have this, I think. And yeah, there's quite a lot of skins. A lot of them look very cool. Personally, my favorite is probably the, I mean, listen guys, you know, what do I have to say? A lot of them are very cool. I think I have this one actually. I might be wrong. Wrong account, yeah. Wrong account. But anyway, before I get distracted, one last thing is there's a shop for pulling. So the more you do pulls, there is like stuff you can exchange for. For example, if you're like a heavy Giga Whale, you can save for this, but you can also just get a character you might want. This kind of changes every couple weeks, I believe, or something like that. But you can get yourself a 6-star character or a 5-star one. You can save this currency just for summoning, lose my voice, and headhunt permits. You can buy them, which is basically tickets for summoning. Anyway, before I lose my voice completely, this video was a bit of a tough one to make. Anyway, thank you for watching. If you actually did enjoy this video, please do drop us a like. We have a Discord in the description. It would mean a lot. Subscribing as well. I honestly can't say how much it means if someone likes a video, subscribes. It means the world to me anyway. Thank you for watching. I will see you next one, and goodbye.